to actually have very simple names. Oh shit. Oh, thank you. Oopsie, someone's getting yelled at. Oh, that's my name. Well, I'm gonna pretend that wasn't directed towards me. 20 games. God. It's because we've been taking pauses and that kind of stuff, and and we're live. So, ladies, gentlemen, welcome back to Tales of Revedia. Here again with another episode. One down this time is our old buddy Zelthar could not make it tonight, but we still got the gang. We have Jungum down there, much on a drumstick. The ever skeptical Terran. Kalis doing his thing. And quite of recently going through a few emotional transitions that we'll get into once the game kicks off. And the other lovable Sparks, ready to blow anything up, but usually himself. So last week, just to briefly recap what our episode, as after their encounter with the creature that had been disguising itself as a figure known as Father, you had all been imprisoned in this place below the actual tower itself. From that point, you were rescued by a group of people referring to themselves as the Resistance in the Shadowfell, coming there for the purposes of rescuing Jungum. As you met them and more conversed with them, you were able to find out that they want to use Jungum as a sort of political mouthpiece in order to spread their message to the people, or to the other Shadar Kai in the Shadowfell. After doing them a few favors, or a favor, as you guys took on an Elder Shadow, because in order to power a device that would be strong enough to take you all back to the material plane, you've all just jumped through the portal. And as you're looking around you, the familiar kind of soft winds of and the foresty smells of Revedia. What would you all like to do? I believe on the map, I think I marked in pink where you guys landed.
Tried our best. Yeah, I think we wanted to take a long rest, but we also would like. I mean, we're at the looks like the southwest corner of the Moving Wilds.
Indeed, yes.
Are we in forest itself or outside of it?
You guys are kind of along the border of the forest. Not actually in there, but you're close by.
Sparks, as soon as he arrives back on the material plane, will just fall to his knees and hug the ground. Soft. Nice. Flat. Ground. Oh.
So we're gonna take a rest there? Or you want me to set up camp? Is this a safe place, or should we go somewhere and find a better place?
Is it a safe place?
Have we found? Do we know our way? Like, do we know where we are? Like, we know we're around the Moving Wilds, right?
Oh, we can see.
You can see Revedia off in the distance. Probably about a half-day travel to get there, but you can actually see it.
Yeah, how far?
Oh well, there is a river in the way, but
it's a pretty big river.
Yeah, we like our rivers thick in Revedia.
Are there any boats upon this river?
You could catch a ferry. Looking along it, it'd be part of your journey is finding somewhere to ferry you across. And it'd probably take you about half a day, maybe a bit more of travel.
Oh, we've been awake for a long time now, haven't we?
We need to take a rest before that.
2 full days.
Have you been awake for 2 full days? I could have swore you guys long rested while you were before this fight.
We forcefully got a long rest.
Yes, okay. There was the forced long rest. That is true.
Not a long rest. We just were knocked out.
I think you could just a short rest for it, but we were unconscious for some time.
Okay, my part. I thought you had taken a rest while you were with the resistance.
I'm assuming I have like 16 hours to get up the spell, so I need to take a rest in 8 hours.
Oh yeah.
Could Kalis try and observe the trees surrounding the bank and sort of try and tell if one of them is like a awakening ent?
Okay. I'd say give me a... Well, this is a very Kalis check. I'm not sure which stat to use for it.
Nature.
I'd say...
Perception, one of them.
I'd say perception. I wouldn't say too much on like the intelligence side of it, because you understand to a degree what these things are like. So I just say perception check's fine.
First roll of the night. Oof.
So as you're kind of walking along the edge of the tree line, looking for any signs of these awakened creatures, you don't really see anything along the edge of these woods. At least nothing that you can discern from a normal tree.
So
Kalis walks into the woods, just to the second row of trees, and just stands before a tree and looks up at it and says, "Hello, friend. You must already know that nothing moves." And he just sort of slowly leans into it and like wraps his arms around it, and then just sort of slowly slides down it until he's just sort of like leaning against it, and he just stays there.
Kalis? Kalis?
He's stoic. He's like not responsive.
Can we go now?
Should we stay here and rest?
Hey, why don't we just
Yes.
why don't we go to the capital and get you some nice bird seed?
Nice. What?
I don't know what Kalis eats.
I feel like maybe being here would help him the most.
Does this look like it's helping him? He's hugging a tree.
I mean, it could be helpful for someone who, grew up in the woods.
He doesn't look happy.
Well, he just got out of the Shadowfell. No one's
I just
happy
got
right
out of the Shadowfell. I'm fine.
Did you grow up around trees?
Yes.
In the woods?
No. But there were trees.
There were trees.
I think that if this is a safe place, take a rest. We should take a rest and then we can go back to the capital.
It's the moving wilds. Why would it be safe?
That's what I'm saying. If
The only person that we could ask is currently comatose hugging a tree.
Kalis murmurs, "Nowhere is safe.
nowhere is safe. Okay.
Nowhere is safe."
Do you want to stay
See?
here?
He's not particularly communicative.
Okay, well then, we're gonna have to move him, and he's not easy to move. So
Excuse me.
Where? I think we should take a rest here, to be honest. I think this is a safe place.
I don't. I think we should at least get across the river first.
it's a big river to cross, though.
There's some boats. We'll just hail one.
I don't.
Probably.
Are you gonna pay for it?
Yeah.
I depends on how much it is.
I think we should just rest here.
And then I point towards my skeletons and like, you guys can go pick him up, right?
What?
I came my skeletons to go pick up Kalis. What's that for?
Just seeing which glorious critters I get on this day.
Yeah, God. I forgot about that.
A weasel, a badger, and a giant badger.
Ooh. Double badger.
I'm gonna go and send them over to Kalis and, try and cheer him up.
More animals. Excellent idea.
Oh yeah, they add to the pile of animals clinging to him, and like, at least the ones that Kalis had, the physical animals were also sort of like dour and sad squirrels, I guess.
Let's just rest here. Let's just set up camp and rest here. Like, it's not like we haven't camped out in the woods before. We'll be fine for one night.
But it's the moving wild.
Is it gonna kill
I've
us?
heard stories. I
Oh,
don't want to
that's
stay
great.
here.
Aaron starts setting up camp.
All right.
What is camp for you?
A tent and a fire pit.
Okay. I don't think I ever slept in a tent before. I think I just slept on the ground.
What if it rains? Then we get rained on. Need a tent.
Don't have tents you're talking about.
I guess I don't have a tent either.
I thought y'all had tents, but we can go this route.
I mean, it doesn't.
Fox
It
100% doesn't have a tent.
also doesn't.
And has never had a tent.
You have a blanket. So does that help?
I don't even have a blanket. I have a backpack. I guess it's meant to be in a backpack.
You guys are just been sleeping like animals. Alrighty.
Sparks will not set up camp, and we'll just pace in circles. Going towards the water and then backing off, and going towards the forest and backing off.
Do you dip your toe in like, oh no. Can't travel that.
What?
I'm gonna like sleep in like a puddle of bones.
A puddle of bones?
Yeah.
That's not. They don't make a puddle. They make a pile. If you have a puddle of bones, you've got some disintegrated liquid bones. I think that's called soup.
Fine, I sleep in a pile of bones.
I sleep in soup. Sarah's gonna go over to Kalis and kind of like peer down at him. You wanna set up a place to sleep tonight?
It's fine. Doesn't really matter. Either way.
What if you get rained on?
Then I'll be wet.
Okay.
You wanna help me get a fire set up?
I suppose so. All
Okay.
these trees will die eventually anyway.
Well, everybody
We
dies.
might as well hasten their path to their doom.
Well, we don't need to kill any trees. Just like ones that are already, branches that are already dead. We don't need to hasten it.
I see. That makes sense.
Let's go collect some firewood. I'm gonna walk with him because I feel like he might wander off forever.
Okay. Oh boy, that was something.
This is like a survival thing together with?
Sure. When were you all looking for stuff?
We're looking for sticks in the woods.
Okay, I didn't know if you were staying along the tree line, if you're going to the wood. I was just asking.
I mean, we're probably just walking along the border, like right inside for like just anything to make a fire out of.
Yes, go into the death forest.
It'll
Never
be,
come back.
it'll be fine.
Yeah. Kalis is somewhat livened by being in the forest, and you see that all his little forest critters, like he grabs a big bundle of logs, and then they trail along behind him in a row,
Ow.
just like each with like a little twig or stick, like holding it in their mouth or something.
They have like a little train of animals behind him. I actually rolled really well for not having anything in survival. I was hoping it would be comically low, but not this time. Roll 20.
So you're complaining about high rolls, are you?
Well, it's not.
Roll 20 will remember this.
Saying to roll 20.
Ruining my jive. Roll 20.
Yeah, so you guys are able to skirt along the edge. You're able to get a good amount of dead wood to bring back to build this what's it called? Build a good enough fire to get you all through the night. So as you all begin settling down into the night, in what order would you like to take watches, if at all?
Sparks won't be sleeping.
As we're all around the campfire, Kalis would start saying, whatever stories you've heard, they weren't half the truth, or nearly half the peril.
Yeah, Sparks is 100% not sleeping. just looking at the forest, eyes open, tapping his paws against his... Just
The moving wilds, the Fae that live here, they're normally peaceful creatures. Unless
hey,
Oh.
unless impugned.
Kalis, could you not? Could you?
Since I think I'm already asleep, I'll go second.
Okay.
The outside of an attack on them, the only thing you need to worry for is the summer solstice. The Fae there are. Our anger is all called back to us. Anything we felt from before in our life, we all experience it at once on the summer solstice, and it drives the wilds into a frenzy from dawn to dusk.
Do you experience this too? You say we.
I do.
How
That's
close is
all.
the summer solstice?
Oh, sorry, what was that?
How close is it to the summer solstice?
Let's see if I remember correctly. Let's see, you guys spent 2 days in the Shadowfell, and it's about 6 days away.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
No,
my
wait,
God.
no, I'm sorry. No. Not summer. I'm thinking of spring equinox. I'm sorry. Not 6 days.
Shit,
Not 6 days. I don't know why. I kind of just want to fuck with you. So in my head, that number popped up. It's not. That's spring equinox. You guys got a few months until the summer one.
Okay. It's good to know.
Because it is springtime.
Nothing happens on the spring equinox. Completely safe. Just so you know.
The night and day is the same length, but good to know. Thanks for scaring us.
Honestly, I got nothing.
Well, Jungyeon just lived her worst nightmare, so she's actually kind of fine right now. Not happy, but she's fine.
I'll take the very last watch that goes into dawn.
Okay, so who was on? Was Sparks was staying up then?
Every watch.
Alrighty.
Gotta stay.
Go ahead and give me the perception check for the first one then.
Just to finish up the last thing I was gonna say,
I'm sorry.
just can also just say, that's what it means for me to be a forest crawler. We're Fae who try to protect the forest, try to control our rage and grief. Doesn't consume us, harness it, but it's just look at me. I'm only going to fail in that too. Like I failed to protect.
You didn't fail to protect anyone that I know of.
We all did get arrested.
He'll like do a wry smile and just say indicate Gnarlheart as sort of tree club and say Gnarlheart isn't a name for a weapon, you know. But he's gone now. Just like so many others.
I don't like depressing pain.
Poor guys.
I presume that Baron is being equally depressive as this is going on. The two people just howling in misery.
As you guys have been setting up camp, he's kind of just been sitting along the edge of the water, just kind of like keeping to himself. As up to this point. Eventually, he would come back to camp because the fire's warmer.
20, Elijah.
So, yes, a 20 indeed. So, as about the first half of your watch goes by, pretty uneventfully, carefully observing the woods behind you to make sure there's nothing to cause any alarm or any signs of danger to the party. Hour goes by, then another about a half hour into that goes by, and kind of in the almost you can only really see it in your peripheral, but as you are kind of observing the woods, every now and then you'll just see flits of movement, and it's hard to ascertain whether it's just the movement of the trees swaying in the wind or if it's something in there. But occasionally, as you do see glimpses of like something moving around the area. But when you look over around the area, you don't see anything that causes concern. You don't see anything threatening or anything like that.
Fox's paranoia increases by 1 level.
One bubble?
Level.
Or 1 level.
See if we can get Sparks at DEFCON 5. Right. Eventually, the next person to take watch will come up. Who is?
It's me. I get up with my skeletons, my skeleton pile. So, do my skeletons make a perception check as well, or just me?
It would just be you. I would say, fuck it, they can give you advantage without their eyeballs. Actually, that's that. Do skeletons have? Do they have like blind sight or something?
Skeletons,
how do they see?
Skeletons have eyes.
They have magic eyes?
That's scary. Oh my god.
Okay, alright, I guess then.
Here, bro, what do you see with your skeleton eyes?
What do your skeleton eyes see?
That's some Goonies shit right there. Alright.
I think Gibble's not. I can't rise Gibble yet. I only have the 3.
Only.
Yeah. Yeah, the 3. They have a
Skeleton fire.
perception at 9.
They have dark vision 60 feet.
I
Yeah,
can
man.
see in the dark better than Terry.
Skeleton eyes, shit.
Alright, this is just for myself. I got 17.
Okay. 17, pretty much the same thing as in Sparks. It was the instance of Sparks where kind of deeper into the woods, maybe about 40 feet off, in your peripheral, you can see these hints of movement. It's almost like, if you've ever seen, like, kind of like how, like, a hummingbird zip by or something like that. You see these occasional flits, but when you turn your head to focus in on the area, you don't see anything over there.
That's not ominous, but okay. And I'm gonna walk over and be like, Darren, You're up.
What? Already? Okay. Okay.
Back to my pile.
Okay. Perception?
Indeed.
And blank.
Ooh.
I'm getting gradually worse as the night goes on.
Yeah,
Well,
I've
you're
noticed.
getting-
Yeah.
Right.
And give me a what's it called? A Constitution check, Sparks, for exhaustion.
Ooh, he's going exhaustion. That's
I
scary.
believe it's only DC 10. Yeah, you're fine.
I got 20 for perception with my squinty human eyes.
Alrighty.
Oh no.
So, as you, only thing you're only method you have of seeing is kind of like the light, like the half moon in the sky, kind of illuminating the area around you. You're staring off into the woods, and then occasionally back at the river behind you, to make sure there's nothing of any consequence or any forms of danger. As you watch, you do see the occasional flits of movement, and you watch as these birds kind of start gathering around a few trees, just kind of, or not birds, bats, doing their like nightly hunts and shit. 'Cause, then, as you're kind of observing out of the corner of your eye, it seems as if one of the smaller creatures kind of lands on one of the thinner branches of the tree, and then all of a sudden there's a almost similar to like a snapping sensation as the small animal's flung off the edge of it, and just goes back to straightening out.
Okay, don't touch the live trees. Got it.
Is just Taran see this, or does Spark see this as well?
With a 10, I would say it wasn't like a loud movement. It was more like just kind of like a flick.
So he doesn't see it.
Oh no, you did not see this.
That's probably for the good, for the best.
And the sun begins to rise as early morning comes to pass, and you have all rested. Uneventfully.
Thank goodness. I need to reset.
Do I make any sort of wisdom saving throw?
Yes, you would. At the end, it is a DC. Let me check the DMG actually, because I know it is in there.
It is a new dawn. It is a new day.
And I'm feeling okay-ish, not really.
Oh no.
Did we get another weasel? What's one?
Whoa, weasel, a giant rat, and a direwolf.
A rodent of unusual size. ROUS. Please tell me someone.
It is a DC 15 saving throw.
And the condition itself gives me disadvantage on wisdom saving throws, which is kind of a catch-22. Does that affect this save?
I thought.
I mean, we're not in the Shadowfell anymore, so.
It is a reoccurring. What's it called? Let me double check it. I would say it wouldn't give you disadvantage, considering you're not there anymore. It'd just be a straight roll then. But the Shadowfell will continue to affect you even if you're not there, if you're not a native to it. But I would say, especially
It doesn't
Oh
matter.
no.
You guys are gonna hear this voice all night.
Okay.
Could be worse. Could be
This
all
is
of us.
gonna be fucking stripes all over again. With wisdom saves, Elijah.
Sorry, I just had a flashback.
But it was critting your boss like 80 times.
Yeah, you did. You sure did. All you did.
Demolishing the boy.
Did I?
No, not you, but everyone else did.
So what happens? Like, is there like a critical number of saves that if he fails them, something happens, or is he just continue to be depressed?
No, it's just the persistent effect. Alright.
He continues with just this, but if you're in the Shadowfell, you'd roll each day for a wisdom check and gain an extra trait.
Gotcha. So in the material world, he
No.
just depressed.
In the Shadowfell, you don't gain a new one, you just replace it.
Oh.
Otherwise, your character would become almost non-functional. You'd have disadvantage on death saving throws and dexterity checks.
I mean,
you'd basically it'd be bad.
I mean, yeah, that's what I presumed.
Yeah, if they stack, it'd be oof. Okay, so as you're all getting up in the morning, you see what's it called? The Baron in the midst of cooking up or warming up some of the rations, so there is some food for everyone to eat.
Yay, food!
Rest as you guys partake in that. You see him kind of still looking down at the bowl, but he seems to almost have like this weight off of his shoulders as he's standing more straight, kind of feeling a little bit more dignified. Just looking you all. Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna go over to Kalis. Is Kalis still sad?
see that Kalis is not sleeping. He's just lying there with his eyes open, not having moved since he's awoken.
Alright, I'm going to kiss his forehead and cast lesser restoration on him.
And as the spell flows through you and this healing energy goes throughout Kalis, enveloping his body, lesser restoration does not have an effect on this.
Oof.
Oh,
I tried.
You tried.
I feel
Kalis
helpless.
I will send my plan over, which is the direwolf that's going to act like a puppy around Kalis.
His emotional support direwolf.
Emotional support direwolf, yeah.
Like the direwolf licks Kalis's face, and then he blinks, and he like licks the direwolf's face back.
Oh.
But he's still sad.
It's okay, as long as he doesn't cough up a hairball. Okay.
Don't you have to eat furry like mice to get a hairball?
I don't want to think about that.
That's not. That's a great idea, actually. I'm glad you brought that one up.
Casting spell slots, I'm gonna rise Gabriel.
You're
Okay, so is your
So you're going for 4 now,
your
out of
silver
the 3 spell slots you have.
your silver tongue devil rises, awaiting you. He's modified.
Okay.
I'm
I
sorry.
hug him like it's been such a long time. I missed you.
Stone cold silence, but he's got to be thinking something, maybe.
Would it be steel cold silence?
Silver.
Oh, silver.
The weasel that I sworn to devil scurry up into his ribcage and squeak at Juggin.
Very good.
Got
Okay.
very creative with these animals.
Hey, you're the one that gave us that bag.
I will keep it in mind for future campaigns.
Never again.
Elijah, we just need a Horn of Valhalla now.
Yep.
I will take a Horn of Valhalla.
Yeah, full of STMG. He's supposed to light on fire. He's supposed to light STMG on fire.
Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about. But thank you for your consideration, as you've already left. Jesus. So, with that, oh, my headset. Okay, I think we're good. Baron kind of.
Ready to go back to Revedia?
Yes.
Yeah. You have payment to collect.
What are we even doing?
Going back to Revedia.
We fail to stop the cult.
No, we
Kalis. Look at the direwolf. Focus on the direwolf.
Look at me. Look at the direwolf.
All I see are
Every time you think of something unhappy, look at the direwolf. Pet the direwolf.
all I see is the humans sweeping over this land plague, and then the Shadowfell coming like a gray tide, flowing over the hills.
Do you have anything for that?
Look at me.
No, I said Baron.
Everything will come to nothing,
Baron.
and it'll all have been meaningless.
Now's not going to be the time to start talking sense to him. Once I get back to the city, I can speak with one of the headmasters at the towers. And maybe they might know something about this. So are you all ready to go?
We strike camp.
Alrighty. As you guys start packing up camp, you see him kind of go over to like a flattish area, near the beach and start drawing these incantations and stuff into the ground.
Of course he has teleport.
Yeah, how do you think you guys got in this situation in the first place?
It was nothing to do with his teleport.
No, I'm talking about like you guys teleported to.
Yeah. I know.
But yes, and as he waits for you all, waits to put the finishing touches on it until you all pack up and gather around, finishes it, and this blue kind of spiral of energy opens up in the earth in front of you all, and kind of gestures for everyone to go on. Well, unless you're the walk, of course, is what he says.
I push Kalis into the teleport circle.
That's good because he was just walking into the river.
No, Tara would have pulled him in also if Sparks would.
I take a length of rope and I tie Kalis to the direwolf.
He's not fighting it too much. You guys can pull me along like a barge.
Tara's gonna stick close by Kalis while he's in the sads.
So where do you end up at?
So, as you all step through, is that kind of sensation of your stomach being turned upside down comes to pass. You see yourselves in probably about 40-foot wide circular stone room.
Wait. Go ahead. Sorry. I was gonna say something really dumb, but please go.
No, you have to say it now.
Okay, so he fed us food, and we went through a teleporter that made our stomachs throw upside down.
I mean, if you get sick, that's on you.
Depends on your constitution, I guess.
How is your body with teleportation?
It's great. My body's great.
See?
It's
Easy.
great. I'm a little
good today.
And you guys all find yourself in this large sunroom. As you all get out to the other side of it, you see the various kind of torches lining the walls, as well as a few doors going off, each of which kind of different signs with different names. What's it called? On there, different locations. You see one door that has the name of what's it called? Arkin Ridge. Another with Granite Den, and then a few more kind of lying along that back kind of half circle of the room. Baron gestures you guys forward. There's a staircase leading up. Says, I took us straight to the academy because this would be probably the most convenient place at the moment, but the flame isn't too far away. As he leads you guys up the stairs, and guys coming out to this kind of like, what's the word? Not a gazebo, but bigger.
A rotunda?
Rotunda. I don't even know what that is, but I like that word, so I'll use it.
When you go to the Smithsonian, it's got that big room with the elephant in it, and it's got a dome on top.
Yeah, kind of like that.
That's a rotunda.
Alrighty. So, as you guys step out of the rotunda and find yourselves in the, what's it called, in the courtyard of the campus of the Seven Towers. He points to one of the ones, actually I don't even remember how they're positioned, but for the sake of this, we'll say it's the one on the end. So that's where Lestra is. Take your friend to her to see if she can do something about his ailment. I guess I'll put it in chat because I know someone's writing it down. Oh, those all look like the same letter.
Ilestra, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
The capital I and the two L's.
Yeah, not a great combination when you write it down.
It's a lot of names have that sort of sound.
Thanks, buddy.
I like it. It sounds smooth.
Ilestra.
As he kind of murmurs to himself, shows me a favor anyway, and taking taking you all to the tower itself. There is sort of secretary kind of standing there as you start to.
That's your phone.
That's my laptop. I had Discord running on that one. That's why it was open. Is it dead?
Yes.
It's dead?
Oh no.
Was that what was streaming us?
No, it's not streaming. It's just had one of the cameras on it.
Hmm.
Considering
Yeah,
I didn't
Terrence
want
not in the picture at all. I'm only half in the picture.
Lesson learned. Lesson learned.
This stream seems to be having like some sort of feedback issue to it.
There's a feedback issue to the stream. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, I don't even explain it.
It's like it looks like the image is corrupt or something.
Your image has been kind of pixely and like kind of jarring for me the whole time, but no one else seems to be having that issue.
I'm not even looking at him.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm not interested in him like that.
Lying to yourself,
I just
ain't
noticed that my name is Roland.
you? Fucking shit. Okay, I forgot to change everyone's name but yours. I remember. It's okay.
Thanks. Thanks.
You know what?
What do you mean, Roland? That's always been your name.
But I don't know. I think maybe the GIF file for it got corrupted.
Well,
Please
he's
hold for
not.
technical difficulties. Thank you, stream. If anyone's
Yeah,
watching.
that's.
People are watching. Sorry,
Yeah, I think
two
it's
people.
us, isn't it? Are we watching?
I'm not watching.
I'm
I'm
not.
watching. So there's one person here.
You?
No, one person is not one of us.
Oh.
Okay.
Sorry, one person. It's not us.
That may have sort of fixed things, question mark. It's just less glitchy now, actually, now that I'm looking at it. But
It's your camera has become more glitchy, but the main one is better.
Yeah, your camera's kind of a little. Actually, just running about the same as it has for me the entire time.
interesting. Okay. Well, I will definitely make sure to try and fix it after the stream, because I don't know why that is.
Do you just want to stop streaming, just play, and just come back? Mystery episode, or do you want to keep it going?
It doesn't really matter. Is it that disruptive? I haven't been watching it.
No, I don't know. I have no idea.
Alright, well, it's fine. So, I apologize. I lost my train of thought. What was I just saying?
Talking about the Faber and
Lestra.
Oh yes.
Lestra.
As you guys are being led up the tower, get to this kind of like large, kind of wooden reinforced door, which the Baron gives a few knocks to. And opening the door, you see a rather tall, comparably for actually I think no, actually, how tall is she? Anyways, running a little bit under 6 foot, you see this kind of like darkish blue-skinned tiefling woman looking over to you all, looking over to the Baron, looking back at you, and I wasn't expecting visitors, Baron. It's a pleasure to see you sometimes. In which he briefly just puts a hand up, says, just for one moment, please. And as she kind of gives a sigh, leads you all into the room, and looking over at your group, just looking up at your group, saying, "So what exactly is it that he brought you to me for, on no notice whatsoever?"
Kalis just sort of like sits back down on the floor, and then sort of just lays back and just like lays there, not moving.
Yeah, Terran like motions in his directions like that.
He has shadowfellitis.
Is that...
It's not a real disease.
Is it not? How do you know?
I've been in jail for years. I didn't have it.
Well, you live there. Maybe you're immune.
Okay. And as she kind of, takes a few steps forward towards Kalis, and you see her kind of like just examining him, almost like in a way a doctor would, seeing if has any bodily injuries or anything like that. How long has this been happening?
Just since yesterday.
Okay.
When we got back from the Shadowfell.
And you, child, as she kind of looks over at Kalis, What were you just saying about the world? What was... You said something.
It's all going to... Yeah. Even the towers we're in now, they will crumble to nothingness.
she kind of chuckles for a second. She says, "Indeed, and hopefully long after I'm dead." And as you see, you're starting to form, start these incantations, and a few seconds go by as she casts Calm Emotions onto Kalis. It takes you a second, but as you're kind of sitting there, slumped forward, just observing the scene around you, it's almost as if a little bit of color started to come back to the world as you feel a bit more like your normal self than you did before the journey you guys had found yourself on beforehand.
Neat.
She kind of looks at you and says, "Are you done with that now?"
He's sort of just like looking around, just like trying to take things in. He's just like,
How are you feeling?
this place looks so different from the Shadowfell now. I don't see its power at all anymore.
Yeah, we're not in Shadowfell. We're not in Shadowfell anymore. Been gone for a while, Kalis.
Oh, a while ago.
Yes.
You can go back
Yes, I
sometime
see
though
that
if you
now.
want to.
No, let's never do that.
You're feeling better then?
I think so.
I'm a little bit astonished by her. I'm like, do you bring back the dead?
Oh my god.
And you see kind of like a look of disgust coming across her face. I'd rather not mess with something that hideous. I'd prefer the finer things in life.
Damn, got him.
I'm a little bit disgusted by her.
There's nothing wrong with your face, child.
As I'm holding on to Gabriel.
Is he alive right now, or is he
I sometimes
inanimate?
forget that Gabriel's just everywhere with you.
He's never alive.
Yeah, seriously, I have like not him, but I also have like 3 other ones behind me. I was gonna like wonder how that's gonna go.
I'm writing a post-it note for next session saying he has 4 skeletons with him right now. Just in case I forget next time. Because that's not how those interactions would always go down otherwise.
Animals, skeletons, ex-boyfriends, more animals, more animals.
Well, technically a current boyfriend.
Well, it was an ex at one point because he died, so...
What did you... Wait, did you actually know Gabriel, or is he just a random person? Oh, okay. That changes so much.
You don't realize that.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you just got a random skeleton.
No, the question is, does that make it better or worse?
Maybe not ex so much as posthumous boyfriend. Maybe we could try that one out.
It was like he was like the first guy I knew, and since I came back, he took care of me. Him and his father.
So what happened to him?
He went on a hunting trip and he died in an accident.
Killed him.
No,
An accident?
I'm assuming like some animal killed him, like a tiger or bear or something like that.
Oh my.
Yeah. Oh my. And then
An animal like a human who tried to break up with Dragon.
Were they actually together, or did he just take care of you?
The world may never know.
A little bit of both.
We'll never know.
Yeah, you will never know. Ha ha ha.
No, seriously, I buy Dragon. Sorry.
Taryn does not.
Well, Taryn doesn't buy anything, so...
No. Insight check. No, I'm just kidding. I don't need an insight check that.
Do you even want the answer? Do you want the truth? I think that'd make things much worse.
I kind of do.
No, you don't.
Yeah. Did he love me? Did he love me? I want to know, Elijah.
Gabriel just stares at you in silence.
A weasel chirps at you.
The answer is yes.
Baron, are we done? Do we need to go back to the temples?
Oh,
Because we kind of left
Yeah, there were
before fully exploring that one that you got captured in.
those two really big worms that were about to escape.
yes, it's been on my mind since well, only not too long, but I'll probably take a larger party back there. That way, I can ensure we get the job done this time. Hopefully, it won't cause a mess, or cause as much of a mess as it did long ago. But this is, based on what we've all seen, this isn't something we can just let lie for now. However, going blindly into this is just asking suicide. So now,
There's also still the
I
third
don't know. We survived the Shadowfell. What's the worst they could throw at us?
Oh, don't ask that, please.
At the Academy, do you have any sort of chamber that annuls magic? We have some dangerous artifacts that we recovered from the temple, but I fear taking them out unprotected.
I was gonna give them to the Flame rather than the Academy. No offense.
I think we should give them to Baron.
I don't know why.
Because, well, not to him, but well, Baron, you'd know what to do with them.
We'll just put them to ourselves and just be targets for our lives.
I wasn't planning on keeping it. I just don't think that. No offense, Baron. That perhaps a government-run, royalty-run association should have magical weapon devices such as these in their possession.
Oh.
it's a rather fair assessment. And I'm not going to say anything just to assure you. But if magical weapons is what you were worried about, that something like these smaller things are rather on the light scale of the things the kingdom contains.
Don't the Watchers particularly secure magical artifacts like these?
Artifacts, yes. I wouldn't compare these to the level of something of an artifact, but yes, things of considerable magical power. Just things we like to keep track of within our borders.
These would probably be something good to keep track of, I would think.
I mean, does Baron even know what we have? Have we ever mentioned that we have masks?
No. We just have things.
Yeah,
That is, of course. Go ahead.
We haven't really been talking too much, honestly. It's like bam and then wham all over this place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's been a rather frantic adventure.
So maybe we should, we never really got a debriefing with him. Maybe we should do this. Sorry, I'm talking as though not again. So we need to have a debriefing, I believe. There's a hall we can use.
Or a non-magic room would also be good. I think that Kayla's suggestion is actually a very prudent one.
It's of the dire importance.
God, that voice.
Baron kind of takes a second, thinks, and looks over at Lestra, who just rolls her eyes, and she goes over to this smaller side room, kind of waving her hand, and you see an illusory an illusory wall kind of disappear, a doorway come forth, and says, take the fourth door. They'll take you to the Tower of Abjuration. Bogwart will have something. And as you guys kind of go through that direction, Baron leading the way, Doesn't not really much a meeting happens. Just you see him exchange a few words with the headmaster of abjuration, and you guys are led down to this kind of in the tower. This staircase spiraling down. It feels to be at least a few hundred feet. There's a small corridor in which you see all along the walls outside of the actual door itself is just enchanted in these various very old-looking runes. This is about as safe as place as any.
Can I read any meaning out of the runes?
Give me an Arcana check.
Just
I
out of
would
curiosity.
also like to do so.
What is it? Okay. We'll see. 16!
Oh wow, the least fucking magical person knows more. Oh.
I've got
Oh.
something in it.
So, as you're kind of observing this wall, not exactly sure their direct meanings, but they appear to be a mix between ancient, like Elvish, and also draconic, kind of like symbols and sealing runes.
That's cool.
Is there a table in this room?
When you step in, it is just a big open space. For not much in there. It's just essentially just a big room for whatever purpose to be used. It's not exactly a hot spot for people to chill out.
We're not chilling out. We're having a meeting, okay?
So as soon as you step to the door, Gabriel just collapses.
And the other skeletons just go.
I pick him. I pick him and the other skeletons up, and I like leave out the room. Do they still not come back, and they're just done?
We'll say for the sake of it, as you push him out of the doorway, they slowly start to kind of
Oh,
reform
that's
into this.
disappointing. I want to just
Do they-
straight up dispel the magic.
love it.
Boom.
Is Jugun's still standing like inside the radius? Did they try and like follow her and then like fall inanimate
yes,
again?
exactly.
No, I tell them to wait out here.
And that'll be your warning for little animals in your bag. Because those
Oh,
are
no.
magical.
Don't open the
I
bag.
tell the what's it called? The fucking the weasel's already just gone.
Yeah, the weasel's poofed.
Just look to the direwolf and go, stay.
What was the other one?
Stay. That was giant rat.
Oh, that's right. ROUS.
That's probably clinging to Kayla, so that's already gone. Poof. Just a big puff of dust.
Well,
So
Well,
can we even open the bag of holding in here if it's selling all sorts of magic?
Oh, yeah. I want to try and pull out one of the masks. Well, I guess, got it. So.
Fucking my bag,
Yeah.
lady.
Yeah, she's just like all up in your bag, man.
so as you're all into the room, it occurs to you, the bag wouldn't be very useful in here, and it kind of occurs to the Baron as well.
I leave the room,
Yep.
stand where the direwolf is, and start yeeting masks into the room.
My apologies, Ed. I did not consider that.
Just frisbee them in.
You're
Throw one
telling me
at
the
Aaron.
Academy has never encountered this particular problem before.
Usually this place is often used for extremely secret meetings, so it's not often there's gift exchanges or things like that in here.
I wouldn't call it a gift exchange.
I do.
I'm making light of the situation because this makes me paranoid. It's a coping mechanism, Taryn.
I understand.
So, as he kind of sits down upon the stone floor of the room, whenever you are ready, what is it that makes this room necessary?
There's just masks sliding along the floor. towards Baron's feet.
Gather them up and
quite literally just throwing them at him.
Well, alrighty then. It kind of takes. Go ahead.
Look familiar at all?
Say it again. I couldn't hear you.
Do these look familiar to you at all?
Some more so than others. The more I look at these, and as he kind of takes a few of the masks, observing the patterns, looking over at this one, it's like, yes, I remember this mask. I remember watching Felicio kill the one wearing this. As he takes one of the masks, and say, yeah, the more that I think about it, I can't say for certain all of these, but at least four or five of these are ones that I feel like I've encountered before. And you say you found these at the East Temple.
Yes, and once we had completed some trials, we gained entrance to the I want to say chapel. I have a note in my book for the teleportation circle. If you wish to go back,
Definitely would appreciate letting me hold on to that for now. Actually, no, you just memorize it because he just looks at it. So yeah, he kind of observes it for a second. So, thank you. I'll keep that in mind for whenever we get ready to make are ready to start making expeditions again. And what effects did these masks have that warranted a room like this?
Well,
we're not sure. We just know they're of power.
They kind of compel people to put them on. There are 12 spaces, but there are only these 9 that we found. There were 3. Yeah. There were 3 empty spaces, so we didn't want to leave them behind, especially since we've encountered an individual that was wearing a mask similar to these. Not one of these, but similar.
Okay, I see. And this compulsion, was this something you all experienced?
Only Karen handled the mask.
Yeah, it happened when the mask was picked up.
Interesting.
The door to the chamber had a hieroglyphic on it of a pyramid of these things ranks, and Kalis explains that without me needing to open.
Yeah, it was.
Yes. And looking at these, and I think it'd be too lucky of us for all the ones at the top, or for all the ones to be missing, or ones at the bottom. Correct?
No, they were at the top.
There's one on each layer, wasn't it?
Actually, yeah, I believe it was one on each layer.
Yeah,
it was.
I have the book right in front of from the picture that I drew.
Because it was like it was like 4 layers and then like 3 per layer.
And the one you guys had encountered was the one on the second layer, the middle layer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, these I don't know what I'll have to work with. Maybe work with Zuli to see if we can examine what powers these may actually be capable of. But if this is what was actually one of the sources of the power, then it's a good thing we got a hold of these before they could start recruiting more using whatever they do.
That's what I thought. I want to point out the mask also that I picked up, because I mean, they all seem to have the same kind of magic from what Kalis said, because he looked at them, but so they all have the same kind of magic on them, but I don't know if they all have the same effect. I picked up this one, and I point at whichever one it was, and I felt a compulsion to put it on. But I don't know if they all have that effect, but I'm guessing that they probably do.
Scary.
There's also a statue to a wormed thing.
So I'm assuming these are more directly involved than we had initially thought. So apparently the cult is raising their numbers again. Hopefully this will at least put some sort of dent in their plan. I don't know if there's any...
cult?
Yes, the people we've been... The
So
group...
you know about this code for a while now.
We knew about
yes,
them long
they
ago.
fought it last
Felicia.
time. Do you not remember?
Yes.
We discussed this before we left.
Yeah, he was
Like-
part of Felicio's band. That
Do you have
faced
more paperwork about this?
I can gather up what notes we have remaining. I'll have to...
Yes, please. And I give her our room number. Just send it to my room. I want to read this.
There was also the third temple in the south that neither of us went to.
Oof.
Yes, that's... That'll have to be taken care of at a later time. But this is an excellent find. This is momentum, and this is what we'll need going forward. If anything, we may be able to use these masks to actually start tracking down the others. I know many sorts of magic exist, and I wouldn't be surprised if they did protect themselves from scryings and divinations, but on the off chance they do not, then soon we'll be able to start tracking them down, and be able to finish what we started so long ago. Kind of gives like a deep sigh. Kind of see him in a second, just like lost in thought. He's staring over the masks. You didn't see anything at all, maybe regarding Felicio or anyone from back then, did you?
Not in the shrine, but we think perhaps we may have met Felicio or whatever has become of him previously.
Yes, I was just hoping there was some new information. That's all.
There was a mural in the room that had trials that we overcame. That was the conflict between those of the Shadowfell and those of the Feywild. I'm not as familiar as some others of my party. Yeah,
It seemed to have a forest queller, shepherd of trees at its head, at the head of the Feywild, of the Fey forces. Although it was ancient, I couldn't say for certain.
Zed just kind of takes that information, kind of looks over. Forest Queller is not a name I've heard in a long time. Are you certain it was of the Fae? That's interesting. I've heard of old tales of rivalries between the Shadowfell and the Feywild, almost getting to points almost of the intensity of that of the Blood War. But to think this is what this is about. We don't have much way to get information out of the Feywild, though, so that'll have to remain a mystery for now. Last time the men attempted to storm through their tactless methods.
I cut them down.
I'm sorry, what?
Look at Kayla.
No man should step foot in the moving wilds. Would that be certain to you?
I have no plans of entering myself, however, that is not my call. But I'll keep it in mind that you'd like him outside.
The danger isn't to the Feywild, or to the moving wilds. It's to any who enter its forests.
I've heard the tales, many believed to be wives' tales, and many known to be truer than words could tell. Rest assured, I have no interests in stepping foot in there, and as far as I know, Ariam Vel has no interest in the moving wilds as well these days. He's on to whatever mess he's decided to tangle himself into. So, as far as I'm concerned, your woods are safe for anything I have to do with. However, I will say, as a protector of this nation, There will not be a time when the moving wilds aren't seen as a threat. And if the day comes to where something must be done, I cannot do anything but treat them so. I respect your wishes, but I have a loyalty, and it is not to those trees.
I don't want these wars. I just want the Fae to stay across the river, and especially the humans to stay where they belong, in their towns and villages.
I can at least see we're in agreement, so that's enough to work with for me. So, I will take these. I'm assuming I get the feeling you do not want to hold on to them for too much longer. I understand some of you have doubts about trusting myself and the organizations I work for. Rest assured, these are much more defensible in our hands than they would be in yours. And you're welcome to come see such defenses should you ever doubt such. Is there any questions I can answer of you all before we part ways and start getting back onto our lives and our work?
What will be done about the Southern Temple?
He already said.
Later on.
We'll be dealt with at a later time, but we don't know what's there.
It's gonna be another party. Well, he said a party, but did you want to go back there?
Well, I thought that you said that you're going to be sending a larger party back to that we.
They're just gonna send a larger party back to just over there, and then they're probably gonna go to each temple rather than.
Yes, we intend to be thorough and much safer this time. I was caught unprepared by how active the group still was, and I won't let that happen again.
Okay.
What are the rest of you? Is there anything I could be of service with?
Are we getting danger?
Are you getting what? I'm sorry, you cut out.
Danger pay. We did go to the Shadowfell. And we did save you from the Shadowfell. Because you wanted to give up. I'd like to point that out.
I remain quite aware of the state that I was in at the time, but thank you for the reminder.
No worries.
I will see you're compensated as such, or at least as much as I can compensate you within my ability.
Kaelis puts his hand on the Baron's shoulder and says,
Wolf.
Take care that you don't... What's it like that? It's like a Japanese trope about this. Take care that you don't follow the steps of your former master. These artifacts could be dangerous. For all we know, they might have been the very things that turned him.
I'll keep it in mind. I am many things my master was, but a fool is not one of them. I won't be falling for the same tricks.
Come back in a week, the entire Watchers Guild is fucking cultists.
If only. That'd be fucked up.
They cut down the moving wilds and just carved a bunch of masks out of the trees.
Oh Lord!
Ooh, that'd have to make him like super powerful.
Then there was a big fight between that and the fucking what's it called tribe that I already armed.
The Knoll.
The Knoll tribe.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, they have boomsticks now. I forgot.
They have a whole keg. Can you stop it?
The war for Middle Earth has begun.
The last march of the Ents.
Oh god, what have I done? Alrighty. So as he collects the various masks, you all collect. Well, you're not really collecting your belongings. You're just kind of walking out the room with Gabriel at your side now. And
Gabriel in company.
Did you ever name them?
Yeah.
Yeah, remember fucking weird ass
Apocalyptic names.
Korean speech
Oh,
again.
yeah.
Yeah.
Be nice if someone used, proper fucking names.
Nah.
Good to.
Alright, I'm only using Welsh names for the rest of the game. Thank you for that.
Hey, I
Sparks is just
Huh?
FYI, Sparks and Stripes are literally not proper nouns.
Yeah, that's the point. Fucking tabaxi names aren't actual names, they're descriptions.
Well,
You're
look,
telling me
Oh, is
I
that the
was
thing
a
of the word?
name?
I didn't know that.
look at it.
Yeah.
Look at it like this though. That's how tabaxi names are. Would you ever ask a skeleton where their names come from?
they can't talk.
Well,
That's what you think. Have you tried?
you know where their names come from. The names they had when they were alive.
But
Not all.
those 3 skeletons came from dragon. So
Yeah,
they're all just named after the dragon.
Yeah.
Well, actually, technically, he did because he named them after bone.
The
No.
body parts of.
Yeah.
No, stop.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're moving.
Yeah, let's.
moving.
Yeah, let's. Okay.
Let's not discuss bones for an hour.
So, as you were all gathering yourselves up, and you kind of climb up the tower, stepping out to the courtyard of the Seven Towers, heading back towards the Bronze Flame? Question mark? I don't know. What would y'all like to do?
I want to get money, and I want to go get my boots of haste.
I want to get money, and then I
I
want
would
to get a quote.
also
Yeah,
like to
let's-
go to the shop.
You'd like to go to the what? Oh,
The shop.
oh, okay.
But I
Let's see what
said
the
it.
quest reward is, and also we have all of this stuff that we can sell.
Yeah, I want to try and get money.
I get in there.
Alrighty then. So,
Oh, well, I mean,
Oh,
some
no,
of
no,
those
no.
scrolls to sell. I'll have you know.
I never
Huh?
gave her potions of longevity.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, she wants to keep them because she wants to be young forever.
I want to live forever.
Do we not
Human
have any more
problems.
potions to sell besides the big one?
you
I-
guys
Well,
have a
that's the
fuck
one that
ton.
she gave to you.
Yeah, I gave you all certain ones, but there's a potion of gaseous form, potion of animal friendship, and that's it. Some
You
people.
gave me a potion? I don't think you gave me a potion.
I don't know. I gave you a potion. I gave Zelthar a potion. I gave Kalis a potion, and I think I gave Sparks a potion.
You gave me
I got
potion
two.
of fire resistance.
Fire. Yeah, I gave you fire resistance, right?
So, with that, I think that'd be a good time as you guys are all setting off towards your shop and towards the flame. Take about a 10-minute break or so, because I gotta go.
Wait.
What's
How
that?
much money did we get?
That's
Yeah,
you'll-
money.
Yes, you will get your money.
Yeah.
Can I
now.
take a piss?
Okay. I
Yeah,
just want to. Please go take your piss, sir.
Alrighty.
And then we can spin the Dungeons of Shopping episode.
Dungeons and shopping.
Indeed. Alrighty. And Well, hello there. We're back from our break. As our party is just getting ready to offload the fuck ton of stuff they have acquired over the past technically only 3 days, 4 days, something like that.
It's been a rough. It's been about a week. It's been a rough week though.
It's been a fucked up week.
Wow.
So, altogether, between your potions and scrolls, I would say, first things first, whoever's going to be attempting to do most of the selling, either give me a charisma, intimidation, or deception check. Whatever they choose.
Oh, yeah.
It through the bronze flame, though?
Oh, you can if you'd like, but I heard some complaints.
Can I help?
I will take deception.
I'd like to get a price on the Potion of Storm Giant Strength. Because it's just 200 gold, I'm gonna hold on to it.
It's a lot.
I'm gonna use it.
Yeah, I'll probably
to see if I can
cash that in for us then.
I wanna help. I wanna help.
Okay, so wait.
21. 24.
So altogether, this is not billing items as separate. It's about with the 21. I'll raise it.
24.
By 24.
I got guidance.
I apologize. I'll raise it by we'll say about 10%.
Oh, oh, your deception's slightly higher than mine.
It's okay. The items themselves are roughly worth about 90,000 gold.
Woo!
Whoa.
It's a lot of stuff.
Maybe I could get new eyeballs.
Most of that is actually Kalos's the Potion of Storm Giant Strength. That makes up about 60.
It's a good investment, I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
So, you have an amount of money equal to a lot.
So wait, do we have 90,000 gold, or is it less than that when we sell it?
No, like this is assuming you sell all that stuff you were just talking about. It equals to 90,000 gold.
Wow.
Okay.
And Stephen wasn't selling the Manual of Clay Golems.
No, that's not counting the manual.
Yeah.
So 90,000 divided by 5?
It's 18,000. That's still a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's
No, not nearly enough.
so much money.
Rare items, here we
So,
go.
welcome to retirement, guys.
We'll
make...
Sparks is never seen again. Boom. No, what happens is fucking Sparks walks off to sell it, gets the price, and just never comes back. Oh, really?
Bye.
Stop it.
So that's everyone. Everyone gets that much money.
That's split between. Is that including Zelthar? I don't know.
Yeah.
How you split. Okay.
Yeah, that's
including
5 ways.
Silver.
Okay, I was just making sure.
I wouldn't cut Zelthar out.
No.
Honestly, he probably wouldn't even notice. Nor mind.
I'm expecting just at one point we're all like, shit, we're all out of money. We need money. And so I was like, I got this one. Really? Damn, that's like 40,000 gold. Yeah, I got 20,000 or 200,000 gold. Wait, why do you have that? I haven't sold a single thing.
He hasn't bought a single. He buys arrows when you guys go to town. That's it. He hasn't bought anything outside of that.
He didn't even buy the arrows.
No, he
I
didn't.
bought the arrows for him.
Alrighty.
So about this quote on these skeletons.
What did I say last time? What was it for one skeleton? Do you remember? It was so long ago.
I think I wrote it down. Give me a second.
And you want three coated in silver again?
It was 65 or 657.
Oh yes, because we did math. I remember now to figure out what the surface area of a skeleton was, and then apply a coating of silver to that.
Do I get a discount because I'm doing multiple?
We'll say he'll lower it down to, we'll say 1,500. That's a good price. And then you're a recurring customer at this point. You're kind of liked around the Bloodbath and Beyond, even though you're a little weird.
So he's going to throw in the engraving for free.
Give me a charisma check. Give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Okay, yeah, sure, yeah, I'll do that. First, I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna do this.
Oh, 8.
Yeah, as you're in the bloodbath and beyond, kind of explaining to the dwarf what you want, saying what did you want to get engraved on it? Their names?
Their names.
Kind of looks at you. You see, like his shoulders just kind of drop. Say, "Girl, I get your little touch in the head, but this is much. This is well."
How are we gonna defer who is who? Come on.
Well, how about another 20 gold pieces, and then we'll take care of all the engravings. Come on.
Okay, so that's 15-20.
Yeah, 15-20. I can't wait till they tell the story of this character. Jesus Christ.
Immortalized in the stories of old.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, Juggin's gonna be adventuring us long after we die.
Okay, that's a thought.
Be cremated.
She just like takes our like jawbone and the top of her skull and like, hey friends, I love you. You're my bestest friends forever. Forever.
She turns you on to like living busts in her house.
Oh, that's also thinking about
Oh god.
guys too.
Yeah, hope she dies first for your sake.
So how much would it cost me like bows and arrows and swords for them?
Just standard equipment costs.
Okay.
Whatever those are.
That's like what, 50 gold pieces?
I don't. Equipment cost is not one of the things I have memorized. It's in the player handbook though.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap though.
Yeah. So.
I'll pull my PNG. Give me a second.
Yeah, you've made it far enough where you don't need to worry. You could take care of that.
Are we go into L shop to spend this 18,000 fucking gold?
I've been doing that. What have you guys been doing?
Oh, we've been waiting for you to finish.
Well, you're at a different shop.
We're waiting on you.
Oh yeah, I'm
question.
helping you guys with this. Me and my now globe-hated armored skeletons are all walking together with you guys.
Gold or silver?
Sorry, silver-plated.
I was gonna say.
Damn, that's
Go.
Yeah, this is still a moral quandary I'm still struggling with. So, are you making any attempt to cover these up in the city? Or...
Only one. Should I do more? No. I'm gonna get stopped so bad.
So where are y'all going? Guys. So where are y'all going next?
I want to get my boots of haste.
Okay.
They might not be done.
I mean, it's been a week.
Yeah, but it said 2 to 3 weeks. So I'll stop in and see if they're done or not.
Yeah, and then we can also, make orders for more items.
Yes, and find me some like night vision goggles or some shit.
So as you were all walking the streets on the way to the... What did I name this place? Well...
I did not write it down, I don't know.
Did I even give it... I gave it a name.
Hey, I will look in my notes.
I don't think I wrote it down.
Anyways, as you head over to the shop, catching a few stares from the nearby patrons of the markets, as you had this rather large berth around your group at the moment. Just do
feel like we're used to it.
Wait, are we all going as a group? Because I was just gonna go.
Oh, I assumed other people wanted to go, so I didn't know if y'all were together or not.
Oh, I mean, I thought that like Sparks and I were only there last time, so I figured that it would just be the two of us this time.
Alrighty
Like,
then.
I figured that we'd probably.
Okay, then I won't go with you guys. I will just go.
I was thinking we get it done at the same time that Jurgen's off doing her thing, that we could go do our thing. I was thinking, but I mean,
Yeah, I'll go with your group then,
okay.
since I don't need any posthumous armoring.
So I'm all by myself, with her said.
Yeah. Well, Zelthar might be with you. Probably not, though.
You scare Zalthar, I'm pretty sure.
No, we were besties.
I'm kind of curious, is there like a standard price for a rare item, or is it vary?
There's like a baseline price.
Like 450 or something.
I think
For being uncommon.
for a rare, a baseline is around 5,000 gold. I think it's a little more actually. I think it's around.
What about very rare?
A very rare, about 50.
No.
Yeah, so that's still out of our range by a lot, unless we really want to spend
sad.
all of the gold
On
on
what?
one thing.
On a very rare item.
What item?
I was just like, oh, maybe I could get a Staff of Power. No, never mind.
Oh my god.
You fucking wish, boy.
Yes, that was the point.
They just have them in the shop, you know, just hanging around.
just chilling.
Alrighty. Okay, so a rare is between 5. Oh, okay, so. Alright. So, as you all step in the shop, as you see the shopkeep kind of look around as he appears to have been working on a few things and catches. Familiar faces. I didn't think I'd see you back so soon. It's
Just one
not
stop in and see how the progress is going.
it's quite busy time, so I'm not quite finished yet. But the rest of the work is it's coming along quite finely. So
How long do you expect it shall be?
maybe a week more. As soon as I can get them done. Not my only patrons. So
How much to be at the front of the queue?
Listen, I am a businessman, and it would not look very good if people could just throw money at me and invalidate my other customers. Please, I'm trying to have some class here. How may I help you all today? Did you come looking for something, or did you just want to check on your goods?
I will peruse the items.
What kind of stuff does he have again?
Did I keep a list of what he had last time?
No, you didn't.
Okay. I like how you just assume I didn't have that in my notes, and you know what? You may have
To be
been
fair,
right.
you didn't name the shop. You're not gonna have a.
I'm
note
pretty
on
sure
what
I
he's
named the
got.
shop. I just don't remember it. I'm pretty confident I did.
I have looked in my notes, and there is no name for a shop here.
I probably just forgot to say it then.
You guys went to bit above and beyond, but okay.
Yeah, I remember you going to have your fucking skellies done. And
Wait, can you say it again one more time?
Alrighty.
I'm sorry. It sounded so cool though. I just we all gonna hang out with you one day. IRL.
That sounds like an expensive flight. I'm fine with that, but that's an expensive flight.
It'll be cheap now because the price went down.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That is true. Plane tickets
That's
go down.
probably because we shouldn't be traveling.
Okay. So, around the shop, what it kind of has on the main floor, you see the usual stuff, kind of like things like the +1 weaponry, things like this. Kind of up on a shelf in a case, as you see these various figures made of different materials. Some made of like ivories and what's it called, onyx, porcelain, in the shapes of different animals, things like those. standard potions, healing potions, those kinds of things. And along one wall, kind of mounted up, is this large staff with kind of the what's it called? Kind of like the head of the cobra as the end of it.
Are there any magical horns? Say a horn of Valhalla.
Yes, but you have to go to Valhalla for it.
I just heard
And
you
again,
you
the
like
flight
summon
thing,
creatures.
it's awkward.
Let's see. What else? So that's all the stuff he kind of has on like the main area.
Would you have anything that would imbue the ability to see in the dark for someone who can't?
As he kind of looks at Eustace. Oh, rest assured, many humans come to this shop. I have something along those lines. I see. As he kind of goes over to one of like the display cases, opening up like these bottom like section of drawers. Of you see this different sorts of magical eyewear from one section that all look kind of similar. He pulls out these what's it called, glasses with these thin wire frames. So they may not look exactly to your liking, but that can be adjusted. They'll let you see out in the dark just about as well as any elf or something along those lines. It's pretty simple.
Would the peripheral be affected? Since they're just like regular glasses, like.
It's magic, so we'll say no.
Okay. I didn't know like if the magic was like in the lens, if sort of was an aura around it, so I put the glasses on.
Okay, and as
They're reading glasses from the way that you just put them on.
they
Perch
do,
on the end of your nose.
they do kind of like those little glasses that you see Benjamin Franklin wearing in pictures, a little bit like that.
Hang on.
Oh god, she has a pair.
Oh god. Oh god, I didn't want this.
And what's this silvered arrow cost?
A silvered arrow?
Yeah.
I think it's
Wouldn't
100
necessarily
gold
need
for
to go
5
to a-
pieces of ammunition,
Really?
I believe so.
or 100 gold for a single silvered weapon.
Okay, never mind.
Maybe it's 10 pieces, I don't know.
Okay, so that's what Taran looks like every time she puts on her goggles of night, is it? Okay, cool.
Or
I have to ask.
everything's really, really blurry.
I'm buying arrows for my skeletons.
Just getting their weapons and silver. Okay.
I would like to, but I don't think I can. That sounds expensive. I'm not paying for it.
It
I
is.
will inspect the staff and also ask if you have any special items in, perhaps that's not shown.
Yes, of course. We always do have some things we don't keep out on the main floor, of course.
Excuse me.
But the staff you're asking about, it's a little bit more than a simple parlor trick, as he... Let me make sure this is exactly what it is.
Stuff viable.
I'm gonna buy these glasses, by the way.
It's like, shit. I'm about to make money.
Alrighty. So as he kind of steps towards it, and he reaches out and so he kind of holds it for a second, you see him speak the command word. As he hits it against the ground once, you see the head of the actual staff start to come alive. As it kind of like slowly like looks around the area. So it's nothing too special, but if you want to hit somebody and make it hurt, the snake is a good way to do so. He kind of, holds it out before him. Staff of the Adder. You make a melee attack with Snakehead. They take an extra 3d6 poison damage if they fail a saving throw. The snake's head can be attacked while it's animated, and if it dies, the staff is destroyed.
It's a pretty low DC saving throw. It's like DC 10 or something.
It's DC 15.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
was wrong, I guess.
You see, close combat isn't really my forte.
I see. So, tell me, what exactly is something that you'd be looking for then?
Usually I tend not to be at the front of the battle very often. I'm a magic user, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I want to be restricted to just mage items. If you have anything else that I might be interested in.
Okay, so let's see what we can get you set up with, and what is that? That is... Okay, so various moon-touched weapons. So are you looking at things for purely combat abilities, or maybe defensive things, or things to be used, need a little bit more creativity to be used?
The second and third one, less, unless you have any wands.
Yes, we do have wands. It's certainly something we have in stock, and as he, but first, and as he kind of steps towards what's it called? Steps towards the back room. Through the doorway, you can see like this large kind of closet filled with various like robes and things like that. And as he pulls one out with this kind of like crimson, or covered in like this like crimson red, with these like gold. What's the word? Kind of inlays. Is that the word? Gold accents, we'll just say that. Brings it forward to this one. Might be a little bit of something you're looking for. Has utility. Using this, you can perform little disappearing tricks and go from one place to another. Specifically, if you, as an arcane caster, familiar with teleportation, dimension doors, those kinds of things. So, once per day. It's very good for making an effective escape very quickly. Even leaves a little puff of smoke when you leave if you like that. And as for wands, we do have a few wands in stock. As he goes for kind of like a message, or he kind of pulls out about 4 different ones.
Chooses the wizard.
The wand chooses the wizard.
So these two are quite simple ones. As he pulls out what, for the sake of brevity, we'll just say it's a wand of magic missiles and a wand of magic detection. I think you are familiar with how these work. It shouldn't be nothing. If you are, as you say you are, shouldn't be nothing too, what's it called? Too confusing. And then we have these, as he pulls out another one, which, while in the shape of a wand, it's more of a chain kind of spread about, or a chain about 1.5 feet long that appears to be kept still by some magical force with a small skull on the end. This is used for binding people or creatures, whatever you deem fit. And if you go into the more, how do we say, simple things, well, it is used to cast spells like Fireball. I've heard others call it just a blast stick. It's not much, but it's effective for what it is. As he pulls out a wand of fireballs.
I will take the wand of fireballs.
Just what sparks need, more firepower.
What have you done? How much is the wand of fireballs?
So for this one in particular, let's say I'd price it around 8,000 gold. Considering the access and the freedom it gives you in your magic.
And the cloak of whatever the hell it was.
Let me check the rarity. I believe that was also a rare item. Oh, I passed it because I can't read. Keep of the Mount Bonk. Hey, come on, asshole.
Hey, don't call him that.
Hey, what are you gonna do about it?
Try.
Try.
Alright, that's our reaction to that. Good to know.
Big Shadowfell energy, guys.
This one, while not as many, well, you don't have as many uses as you do with something like one of fireballs. Still quite useful. So this will cost around 7,000 gold for the cape.
I will take both.
It's a pleasure. So please go ahead. As he hands you, what's it called? Well, not he hands you. He takes those from you so he can package them up. Then kind of waits, looking at you. So will you have the skull to be delivered, or do you have it on you? Am I expecting a promissory note of some sort?
Pull it out of the bag of holding.
Okay, well, this is problematic. Okay, that's one way to do it. As he kind of pulls out another small, but a roughly equally sized bag and begins scooping. It's like, I don't have the patience to count this, so okay. And with that, and this nicely little wrapped package, the cape of the Mount Bank is kind of in this little parcel with the wand on top of it. And as he hands you that, he says, "No, that'll be all. I am so sorry that I had not gotten to you yet. How may I help you?" You just be having the glasses today, as he...
I can't think of anything else that I particularly would be looking for right now. He has potions here?
He does have some potions, yes.
What potions?
Post longevity?
Potions of judging? I got that.
Longevity.
Oh, I thought you said potions of judging. I'm like, I got that covered.
Maybe the cloak of elven kind.
Potions of healing. He has one of mind reading. He has one of climbing, and a few of greater healing.
I should have bought some greater healing, but oh well. Spent all my money.
I'll take. How many potions of healing does he have?
He has 4 currently.
I'll take 2 of those. Let me make a note on my thing. Alright, so I don't have...
Elijah, what was the cloak called again?
The Cape of the Mount Bank. Let me...
Cape of the what?
Yeah, I'll type in chat.
Thank you.
I believe that's correct. Let me just double check it.
How much is the potion of mind reading?
Mind reading?
Yeah, when you get
that's an expensive one. That's going to be about 5,000.
Oh, how much were the regular potions?
The regular potions, the potions of healing, those ones are common. So, what's that? Like 50 gold a piece, or something like that. As he sees, like, you're kind of like still perusing the extra group. Well, if you'd like, we definitely have certain things to those of more roguish natures. We have various weaponry. If you'd like to improve your sneaking capabilities for whatever means, nefarious or not so, we could provide you with things of that.
Yeah, what do you have that might suit those of a certain lifestyle predilection?
It's okay. We get them in here now and then. I'm familiar. So, there's the classics as he pulls out a cloak of elven kind. It's pretty much just offers you, if the hood's up, you get advantage on stealth checks.
Mm-hmm.
As well as another cloak, which is like covered in, or like made of this kind of like black leathery cloth, and hanging down are these like 2 tendrils with kind of like almost similar like suction cups with spikes sticking out of them. This was made from a beast a beast slayed by the member of the Bronze Flame not so long ago, actually.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cloak made of the skin of a displacer beast. Let you be seen in places you are not. It's quite useful if you don't want to be seen, or especially hit.
Should have bought.
Let's see. And the classic, as he actually goes over to one of the shelves you guys were originally looking out, and there's a small bottle that looks kind of like a glass pixie. And as he kind of takes that, shakes it a bit, this is a rather interesting item. You can, if you ever feel the need so, you can simply take it and sprinkle it upon oneself to disappear for a little while. Oh, no, I'm sorry. All those around you as well, not just yourself.
Interesting. You wouldn't happen to have anything to return a thrown object back to its wielder?
Well, we could enchant a weapon to do such.
Perhaps. How much would that run? About the same as the hasted object, or a little bit more?
Oh no, that would be much simpler. That would be... Let's say... Do you already have a weapon in mind? Or do you need to make one? Or find one?
I have a dagger that I could have it applied to.
Perfect. Let's say, since it's a simple enchantment, just 100 gold.
Oh?
I believe that's that, because returning weapons are common.
Okay. Well, let's do that for 2 daggers then.
Sure can do enough. We'll be done by the time your boots are.
Excellent. So each of the potions was 50?
Yes.
Alright, and then each of the daggers is 100 to do that?
Yes.
Okay. And how much for the Cloak of Elvenkind?
Cloak of Elvenkind is only 500. I believe that's an uncommon item.
I'll take that as well. And what about these glasses?
Same price.
500?
Yes.
What are they called?
Not night vision goggles. I don't remember the exact name of it actually.
Okay.
I'll get the name for you.
Okay.
But seeing, goggles of the night.
Goggles of the night.
Yes, and seeing, you kind of, I believe, standing there, Kalis, seeing the various animals in his store, but seeing a business opportunity at the same time. So, you mighty fellow, I take it, you're a friend of furry creatures?
Sorry, but on the note of Karen real quick, you might want to look at Boots of Elvenkind too, because those are a similar item that...
Sure it is, Boots of Haste, that's why I didn't say it.
I'm gonna be getting Boots of Haste, yeah.
Ah, that's right. No, yeah, okay, never mind then.
And how much is the Dust of Disappearance?
Oh,
that's also uncommon, so...
500?
Yeah, we'll leave it at 5.
Yeah?
We'll leave it at 5, yeah. So, 500 for the dust. But
I'll do that.
As a shopkeeper kind of looks over to you, Kalis, kind of just looking at this massive animal-covered figure in front of him, says, if you seek companionship in other animals, that is also something we can get for you, while they won't be as furry and cuddly. I think you'd like them still.
I mean, you gotta remember there is also like a fucking massive direwolf standing next to him.
He's got a direwolf as well. Yep.
Actually, in hindsight, like I should probably have gone to like the armorer.
Okay.
So if I could like go there.
Alrighty. Okay, we'll do that.
Should I do this in character or out of character?
Is it like anything? It's fine. You could just, if you're just getting like simple stuff, you could do it normally. It's not like you're trying to get a skeleton plated in silver so you can fuck it later.
Oh, that image.
Rude. I don't fuck skeletons. I don't fuck skeletons.
Yeah, you're right. It's the other way around.
So these are some of the things I was looking at. I think they're all rare items, and specifically I would be looking at like trying to get a piece of half plate armor that is like combining the force resistance enchantment with a +1 enchantment. That's not like cheating an attunement slot or anything. It's
No, half plate armor isn't an enchant. Yeah, it's
just for simplicity's sake.
When you have no one after
Okay.
this, I have one more thing.
okay. After spending some time at the Bloodbath and Beyond, what is? You say those are both rare?
Wait, are you
Yeah, all those items are rare.
That they were somewhere else. At the same place as I was?
No.
Kalis went to the armory, I believe.
Okay. You said Bloodbath and Beyond, I was confused.
No, he went. Kalis is
Wait.
with us.
Oh wait, I can.
Kalis is with us.
No, Kalis, he just
Yeah.
changed his mind. That's why he literally
Yeah,
just
I
said it right
retconned
there.
that,
Oh,
unfortunately.
Okay, so he's with me.
Yes.
Missed that.
Yay, I'm not alone.
So, about 10,000 gold for that. Then to combine them, I'd say it's 12. So I'd say for about altogether. Well, what's a nice number? We'll go to 16,500. 16,500 gold for the 3 rare items, and as well as the combining of such. Of 2 of them.
Wow, okay.
Well, I think you're putting the Ring of Force and the half plate together, right?
Yeah, the giant thing was a different question.
Oh yeah, no, that would, the actual hill giant thing would be separate, but it'd still be part of the purchase. That's why I said all together. If that's what you want to get.
Hold on one sec. Let me just Google animal in the 5e items database. Beyond brand. Yeah, no, yeah, I'll definitely do that. So that's 500. Cool, shit. Oh yeah, I guess I'll pass in my. I'll try and trade in my gauntlets of other ogre power for to those two.
Fucking
We've got trade-in values. All right, shit.
It's GameStop.
Yeah,
Like $2.
you can get in-store credit. That's what we'll give you.
Oh yeah, this is all.
Alrighty, so that'd be hill giant, or not hill giant, ogre strength. That'd be even 16.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's all I really have to barter with.
And I'll message Zelthar later to see if there's anything that he wants. That way he has a chance. Cause I think, did he miss the last shopping episode as well?
Yeah.
yes. No, he was here on the shopping episode. He just didn't buy anything.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Nope.
For the daggers, would I be able to actually do a third one? And 2 of those are just regular daggers, and would I be able to get +1? And how much would that cost?
You see putting a minor enchantment on it, and you already have the weapon, so it's gonna be the same.
So
It'd be 300 for the 3 daggers.
She wants to get a +1 on the last one though.
Oh, you want to get that one? Okay, I thought you were saying you were gonna do that on the one you already had +1.
No, I do. So I've got 2 regular daggers and
Yeah.
1 +1 dagger. And I want all of them to be returning, and the 2 regular daggers to also be +1, if that's possible.
Okay, that'd be a little bit more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
There's fun stuff like daggers of venom too.
Yeah, that is true. There are various forms of daggers and those kinds of things. So yeah, if that's the case, then that'd be even it out to, we'll say 1,000, an extra 1,000 to make them both +1 for the 2 of them. It's 500 gold for each.
Would that include the returning enchantment also, or would that be on top of that?
That'd be on top of that.
Okay, so 100 more for the 3rd one, and then 1,000 for the 2 +1. Okay, that's it. That's all I got.
I would like to also commission a 2nd Ring of Haste.
A Ring of Haste as well?
Yeah. I mean, I commissioned a Ring of Haste.
Yeah.
She commissioned a Boots of Haste.
Oh, okay. I thought you both gotten boots. Sure.
Nope, just boots for me.
I already have boots. I don't need boots.
Be the same price as last time.
500.
Indeed. Yeah, that sounds right.
I don't know what kind of other daggers I want other than regular daggers, so I'm not going to branch out to some of the fancy stuff.
Alrighty, I see you. So with that, is that everything that everyone needs, or?
I'm good.
Okay.
Yep.
So, as you
So I
all,
don't have my daggers now, right?
indeed,
Nope.
you do not. As you all gather yourselves up in your various groups and head back to the Bronze Flame.
Whoa, you froze. Everyone froze for me. Oh no.
No, it's fine.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm fine.
okay, we didn't drop any
Just
frames.
Taryn, there's also, I think, a belt of dwarven kind also grants dark vision. If that's something you might be interested in.
No, she did just already buy those glasses, though.
I mean, I could always
Return them.
resell them, I guess, or just have them as a backup. Do you have a belt of dwarven kind that you're offering?
Oh no, I was just suggesting stuff that I found in the thing.
These are okay for now. I might switch it up later, but for now, I just want something. I felt really useless in the shadow fell against that dragon, so I just wanted something.
Make us fight in
Right.
magical darkness from now onwards, so we can't see with the light.
That's a good point.
No.
What happened?
Nothing.
Okay.
I mean, even at night, these will help. You know, like I'll be able to take a midnight watch and something like that, and be able to see. You know, it doesn't have to be magical darkness. I just felt pretty useless, more so than otherwise, I guess.
So, Chungum, as you are heading back, you being the first to kind of get your shit finished and start heading back towards. Luckily, due to the fact that they're being plated, you do not have a crowd of skeletons around you at the moment.
So only have one at me.
Yes. Luckily,
He's wearing clothes, though.
he is wearing clothes. And as you head back to the actual, to your all's living quarters, and I'm assuming you pull out the manual golems.
Mm-hmm.
And is there? I don't even think there's. Let me just roll it real quick.
You need a bag of holding.
Me?
Yeah, for your skeletons, so you can walk through town with them.
Yeah, I thought about that, but like, I don't think Eliza's gonna give me a bag of holding.
I mean, you
I
could
mean, you
just
could
go
buy
get
one. You have what? Still
I
at
need-
least 10,000 gold.
I need that money to sing up for my clay golem.
I'm sure we're gonna fight something else that's equally expensive.
So, as you set open the tome and you begin reading the beginning steps of the creation of this golem, about how to properly prepare the materials and go about crafting this creature, the words on the page start to blur and almost some of them start to fade away, and as you're staring at it, your mind is assailed almost what it feels like by the tome itself, and you take 22 points of psychic damage.
22 points.
Indeed.
Okay.
And the book is shut.
Oh, sorry.
Jesus.
I tried.
Alright.
Drake skills.
And you guys arrive shortly after with Chuggum clutching, clutching her head with his book in front of her.
I'll be in my own room. I wouldn't
Okay.
do that in a common area. I would love to have like a drawing of all our rooms. It'd be great.
Fuck, I need to make it worse. I don't have post-it notes next to me.
It's all around the perimeter of your body base.
A third of them are for me. Another third is for Sparks. And you guys are gonna collectively be the other third.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
The problem children. You two are the problem children.
Why?
Because
What do I do?
And you make skeletons.
All right.
If anything, I'm getting rid of the skeleton slowly with my fire.
So, with that, as you are all back in the safety of your living spaces to spend the night, however which way you like. Sometime around late evening, you get this soft kind of rapping against the door.
The common area door?
Yes. As in a visitor or a guest.
Mm-hmm.
Knock again.
I'll go ahead and answer it.
Not.
Hello, how are you doing? Welcome to our
And you see
abode.
You see the figure kind of taken aback a bit. Reorients himself, and you see the familiar gray skin, pointy ears of Zuli, one of the heads of the Bronze Flame. Jungum, what a pleasant welcome. May I come in?
Of course, come in. Can I offer you a beverage?
No, I'll just be a moment. Are your friends around? I think I hear something. Is that a pig? You have a pig in here.
That's Sparks, I believe. He is so loud when he sleeps. Do you want me to try waking him?
It's fine. I wouldn't like to bother him too much. I'm starting to change my mind, though.
Taryn's in the common area reading a book of fiction, I guess. I don't know.
We lost the Argonian maid, I see.
Yes, he's reading a novel.
But Zuli kind of looking over you all, the ones that are standing kind of in the common area at the moment, says, I would just like to quickly come by and give my thanks to you all. I have known the Baron for quite some time. After being told of what partook where you went by Lessa, I've realized that you all were a great aid to him, even if he would be hesitant to admit it. So I'd just like to come give you my personal thanks for taking care of a close friend of mine for the time you had to, because I know he can be very fun to deal with. We'll say it nicely. That being said, that is not without any due reward. The first, I have a few things for you. I could simply give you money, but I feel like, well, I know you'd all appreciate it, but maybe if something greater could be done, that could be arranged as well, something more than monetary gain. I'd like to personally offer my services if you need any assistance for something in the future. As well as I'm sure the Baron would already come calling if you would ask him, Terran. Kind of looking at you for a second. But how do I say? There are things that aren't in my power, and to put it simply, I have been speaking with a friend of mine lately, and if you would have any requests that would take power higher than that of someone in a status such as myself, that can be done. If you'd like how should I say? You've been granted at a time with you which an audience with Aryan. The man in the big castle who thinks he's the golden child for ending racism, or at least as he believes. You've been granted a request for something if you'd like in the future. Just so you know, just so you all know.
Okay, that's fantastic. How do we go about doing this? Do we just have to contact you and you'll grant us this audience?
That would be preferable. He can be a he can be fairly laid back at times, but generally it's not a good idea to go strolling into someone's house without giving him advance. So if you have any requests, you could just let me know, and I could get a meeting with him, or if you have need of any other dignitaries in a few other regions, I have strings I can pull. But as I said,
All right. Well, I'll pass that on to the gentleman as I look at I'm not gonna say a topic. Terrence sitting there reading, trying to read at least.
No, I'm paying attention now. One of the things where you hold a book while you're paying attention.
I don't think I should try to make decisions for the group because we are a party of fun.
Well, we're a party of 5 anyways. There's no expiration on this I guess.
No, there's no.
Okay.
No strings attached or anything like that.
I don't know that we have anything currently, but we may in the future if we need to call upon such a favor.
And whenever you're ready, it will be there. As I said, you have done something which is a great service to me, so if I can assist you in whatever way, I will. That being said, that is enough being sappy for the night. I am going to go back to my quarters. Have a good rest. You don't seem like you need it.
Thank you.
Takes back off and heads off back up the hallway.
By the way, I'm pretty sure I dispelled the animate dead on those 3 skeletons.
Oh yeah, that'd have been a good idea.
Yeah.
Just left it in the store.
They're just sitting there, they're all trying to restrain the skeleton so they can start fucking dipping them in steel.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna cast it on Gabriel. Sorry, I should have said something about that earlier.
Okay. Now, I implied that you hadn't left the skeletons there alive, considering that's what you did with Gabriel. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Alrighty.
I imagine Taran trying to read a book in the common room and Sparks snoring. She just winces every fucking couple of seconds.
She's able to block it out.
That's better than trying to do it in a room next to him.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like white noise in the background right now, so...
Doing enough walls, it starts to become ASMR.
It's not quite a level of, like, reassurance yet, but it's white noise.
Alrighty. So with that, as another night comes to pass, you guys find yourselves for the first time in what feels like a lot more than a few days, finally getting a moment of rest and relaxation back in what you've been calling your home for the past bit of time.
What, 2 months or something like that?
2 months? I think about 2...
Since we, got our place at the Bronze Flame?
I think it's been a little over... That sounds right. Something like that.
It's been 2 months already?
I feel like it might be a little bit more than that, but I'm not sure.
Wait, does that mean we get paid again?
You got paid last time you came back.
Yeah, which was like a week ago, so unless the month rolled over.
I thought it was 2 weeks ago.
No, we've only been gone a week.
Okay.
Yeah, everything that it happened fast because you guys didn't have to travel there. You got teleported. Otherwise, if you had to actually travel, it probably would have taken a lot longer. Okay.
So, since we completed the last mission, should we start getting a new one? Start working out the plan for that, or should we keep trying to work on this new one, this current one, or look into the cult? Assuming the next mission we have is going to have to do the code, because if they're having more activity, they're probably affecting more parts of the video.
Yeah, they're pretty much still at large, from what it sounds like.
I heard something as well. I just don't know where it came from. We talked about that pin.
It was
Well-
Oh.
Kayla's.
Magic wizards. I don't know. I just.
I kind of want to go check out this other side of this video, this island or continent.
We
Maybe
haven't
towards
really
the Golden
checked out
Ranges.
any of it, to be honest.
Would you
Go
guys?
to the Golden Ranges, you know.
Would you guys
This
want?
area.
So here's what I could propose. You guys want to like stop for now and think about what we're doing going forward. That way, I can properly plan for which direction you guys are heading to. Because if I leave it a whole continent open, it's making a lot of
Yeah,
confusion
we're
for
not going to
myself.
make decisions, sir.
Yes.
We don't do it until the last possible minute. We don't work as a cohesive unit. Have you
I
not
think we can
learned this
give you
already?
heads up.
It's called the benefit of the doubt. I'm trying, man. But if you guys want, we could pause things for now, discuss where. I've actually been meaning to do this for a while since it's been. I didn't realize it was our 20th session already. And kind of just discuss character goals, what things you guys want to do going forward. Because I know there's some people who have gotten really deep into their shit, and some people who we haven't really been able to even touch it yet. So probably sometime throughout the week, I kind of, if you guys have maybe 10 minutes or so free, just talk about things going forward.
Oh, we should really stream that though. That's like the best shit to stream. Is
No,
us
that's
talking about-
no, that's the stuff you
That's-
don't stream.
That's private stuff that you find out later on.
Yeah.
It's like writer's room.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, we record it for later. For the director's edition. Or the
We
director's
stop now and then we talk for a while.
Yeah, record it for the director's cut.
Alright.
Director.
So, if that's the case, we'll pause the stream for now. So, everyone who's watching this now, which is Ethan and I, and to any of those who happen to watch us on YouTube, thank you for joining us for this shopping night. I hope you yourself have a great night, and we will be back next week. Or also, catch us tomorrow on Sunday, which we're playing. Right, Ethan? Do you know?
Yeah, I bet it's plan B though.
Thanks. That didn't help. Alright.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Thanks for watching Sad Kayla's Shmoney session.